Alright, so this episode is mostly gonna be me exploring Caldon, I guess, just to see the affairs in town. Uh, we got a few things to look into. We have to find Victor Misk. We have to get the copy of Horror Among the Dark Elves. There's also the police officer who told us of a hidden body. So, hmm. Right now, I'm not sure what I should look into right now. Huh? Is the game glitched? The game's glitched again. It's so weird. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, the game is like ruined if these characters attack us. Alright, back again. So, we're probably just gonna be mostly exploring Caledon. There's some side quests that I want to get involved in, like this one here. We read this yesterday, but basically, the guy is saying we need to find the head police officer in order to investigate this crime scene. 5 Saints Ave off of Temple Road. Let's see. All his like directions. Dragon Temple Road. 5 Saints Ave off of Temple Road. Kingsway, Temple Road. Saints Avenue. Here it is. Let's see. So, this way. Here. There it is. The police headquarters. Hello. I was told to ask you about the murders. He looks at you thoughtfully, chewing on an old half-smoked cigar. I do not have time to entertain travelers. Why should I listen to your babblings? Because I could kill you before need. No. I am here to offer my help. Spectacular. The foreigner is going to help us out. Well, I've got nothing to lose here. All these imbeciles working for me can't seem to turn up anything. The first murder site was at 1 White Church. Let me write this down, I guess. Something I can just like toss later. Alright. Whoops. Let's see. 1 White Church Landing. And then 21 Dragon Turnabout. Go look at them for clues and leave me alone. I mean, other clues you know that could help me out. Well, the White Church murderer, as the journalists have been calling him, likes his prostitutes, he does. We got one back there, goes by the name Renee. She actually caught a glimpse of the degenerate while he was cutting up a friend of hers. She demanded we lock her up for protection because it spooked her so bad. Let's see. What can you tell me the details of the murders? Well, he likes to cut the hearts out of his victims with surgical precision, I might add. He seems to only attack prostitutes. The best description we have of him paints him as a scrawny individual, perhaps an elf. See, speak to this prostitute now. Woman constable? What are you doing to find that terrible man? I am no constable, madam. I am an interested citizen. Are you some sort of degenerate, madam? There's a madman on the loose out there, and you are interested? This is nothing to play at, good woman. Degenerate! I'm not the prostitute here. I'm simply offering my help to put an end to these murders. I can tell you what I've seen. It was the most horrible vision I've ever had to behold. The pale-skinned, slight shadow of a man, kneeling over Emily, and the blood. A sight I shall never forget. Start from the beginning, if you would. We were out working, and Emily had forgotten something or other at her home. So I waited for her outside, but she never came out. When I went inside to look for her, is when I saw him. You didn't see him go into the house? No, and there's really no way into the house that I couldn't see from there while I was standing. What did the man look like? It's difficult to tell, really. All that blood, she shivers. As I said, he was a slight man, possibly an elf. He didn't appear to be possessing much physical power. He must have cast some sort of magic on her, he did. Is there anything else? Please kill the bastard that cut up Emily. He deserves to suffer as she did. I'll try my best. Good day. So, Dragon Turnabout, Temple Road. Are these the guys? Assistance. Help. I don't think you can help the fact that your partner's himself. Make that ex-partner. You two are partners? What happened? What happened? I'll tell you what happened. I chose the wrong business partner, that's what. Everyone wanted me. Don't go to business with Halfling, they said. Everyone warned me, don't go to business with Halfling. You're only trouble. I take it didn't work out. We worked together for years. We had a small gardening business. Nothing fancy, but it paid the bills. I never let Terry handle any of the financial work. Took care of that myself. I was so stupid to trust him with this last transaction. What did he do? We decided to retire, so we put up our equipment for sale. It wasn't long before we found an interested party, but I had to go to Toronto on business of Tari with explicit instructions on what was and wasn't an acceptable price. So what do you get for them? Beans! He sold all of our tools for 3 supposedly magic beans. I didn't believe him at first, but I seen the receipt. It's true. The tools should have brought up at least 2,000 coin. But no, not with this blithering idiot in charge. Have you had them checked out for magic? Checked? Are you insane? Who ever heard of magic beans? You should have heard the lies they told him. Been in the family for generations, had great powers, created by some ancient wizard. What a crook. What if I bought them for you? Would you accept 1,000 coin? Looking shocked, you want to buy them. Suddenly convulsing with laughter. Tari, I found a bigger idiot than you. I didn't think it was possible. You can't be serious, madam. Somewhat disgruntled. Do you want the coin or not, old man? Still laughing. You're too much. Well, you've got yourself a deer. Here, take them. Come on, Terry. We're a bit of coin after all. Let's go celebrate. So now we have magic beans. I have no clue what these do. Yeah, honestly, let me test one out. Oh, they get full healing. They're Senzu beans. Okay, I'm yelling. That's hilarious. That's actually very useful. I was not expecting a Dragon Ball reference in this game. Not even for a second. Oh yeah, the zoo. Let me look through these things. Instead of just saying, oh, it's a zoo that I know about already. Anything uncommon happen? Have you heard about Maximus Factory? Thrashed by some fools either. No one knows why. What do you think about him? I really did not think this could be a Dragon Ball reference. That's really funny. Oh, another telegram office. Maybe there's another thing for Virgil. The name's Sam along with the Sakata branch office of Torontian. Torontian? Doesn't Sakata have its own newspaper? Don't need one. Anything important that happens here is covered in Torontian. The Torontian name sells papers worldwide. Well, if we turn up any news, I'll be sure to bring it here. I think this is a telegram office. Looks like we don't have one. What are you doing? You can't be mucking. It's King's property. I'm looking for that that building that the cop told us about. Dragon's Turnabout. There it is. First murder scene. Bed, candlestick. Nothing to loot on our corpse. I don't see anything worth noting here. Inspector, we're expecting you. I don't know what you did, but I tip my hat if you were going in if you had stomach for it. I don't see anything worth noticing. Well, 21 turnabout is done. Now we need to check White Church. Kingsway, Temple Road, Kingsway, Grey Wolf Terrace. Yeah. Here it is. White Church Landing. 11 White Church. Hello. Think you want to buy or sell? Always buying stuff from Magnus is useful. Wish there's a few more. Yeah, now we can actually heal him again. Yeah, one white church. And this crime scene. There's nothing in interest in either of these crime scenes.
How can I help you? What is it that you want of me?
I was expecting like something to be like triggered or something. Huh? Small metal object. Your expectations do not seem to have any effect on what looks to be a trapdoor of some sort. It's too heavy for you to move. Low-key curious. Can I have them break it? No. Let's see. How about... Can I disarm the trap? Oh, this looks like the job for a dwarf.
How can I help you?
I forget. Nah, it doesn't look like I can do anything to it. And I don't know how to use party member commands.
How can I help you?
Make me Magnus. Let's see. Does this guy know anything? Seeking information, sir. Adam Maxwell. Sucks. This guy lives right next door, but I can't even ask him questions about the murder. 9 Grove Terrace. Oh, this is a place I need to be, actually. Greetings, madam. Might I be of service? Yes. Might I ask who you are? Of course, madam. I was Wesley Carrington, butler here at the Miss Hassel. See, might I ask you a few questions, Wesley? Of course, madam. Where can I find Victor Misk? His face goes pale. You haven't heard? No, I see. Perhaps you might be able to speak with Miss Misk. She's in the parlor, madam. I do that. Thank you, Wesley. And by parlor, he means the executive room. A pleasure, madam. Might I ask who you are? The youngest woman before you is dressed in a dark blue gown, with a small hat and veil. She's strikingly beautiful. Her hair is a deep shade of amber. Her eyes ice blue, but a little swollen and red. You surmise she's been crying. I'm Lillian Misk, wife of the late Victor Misk. The late Mr. Misk? He's dead? My character is pretty insensitive. Yes. He just recently passed. He put in the ground not 4 days ago. I'm very sorry for your loss, madam. Have you a moment? Certainly. Could I ask you about Horror Among the Dark Elves? What'd you like to know about that book? Do you still have a copy of it? No. Up until the last 2 weeks, Victor carried it on his person at all times. Then one day he had come home and told us he had hidden it, somewhere that only his old dad would know. Sorry, I'm always a little sick. When we all thought it was very strange. By then, there wasn't much about Victor that wasn't. A few questions about Victor. What happened to him? He drowned. Tears well open our eyes. They found him down by the docks, washed up onto the shore. We hadn't seen him for days, but he had just been that way for the past few months. What do you mean, that way? Victor became unbalanced. In the last few months of his life, he began having delusions, frequent anxiety attacks, ever since they released that cursed book. You mean The Curse of Tsenang by Kendrick Wales? Yes. Once the book was released here in Canada, he became convinced he was going to be the next victim of that so-called curse. I tried to comfort him, to tell him it was all off his conjecture, but he just wouldn't listen. He'd say they got my old dad, and now they're coming for me. Where was the funeral? At Caldon Century, northwest here, in the Patari Temple. Was there anyone strange at the funeral? Not that I remember. There are a few of our friends, the servants, and some family. A few more questions about the book. How did it get out that Victor owned a copy? Anger asked, I don't know. We had kept it a secret for so very long. Only Victor and I knew, as well as some of our servants. None of them would have ever had said anything. They're like family to us, and we've always treated them so well. Perhaps Mr. Wales paid one of them a hefty sum for information. Yes, I know. And we did ask all of them, but all of them denied any complicity in the matter. I trust them all. Besides, I have no proof to the contrary. I suppose I'd be grateful if someone were to look into the matter. I'd be honored to offer my services. Any help would be appreciated. The servants are around the house. Feel free to speak to them. Perhaps I'll do that. What sort of delusions was he having? He would say that people were following him. The hooded and robed figures would appear all around him, staring at him, watching him. He said they would approach him, demanding the book and threatening horrible things if he wouldn't give it to them. Almost exactly what had been described as happening to the previous owners of the book. And he never saw any of this? No, I believe all the stories drove my poor Victor mad. Of course, there were an ungodly number of collectors who came calling when they found out he still had a copy. All of them were polite and professional, not an evil man among them. Where's Victor buried? At Callan Century. It's northwest of here, near the Panari Temple. Question: Did Victor died his father? Victor's father, Philip Misk, was an avid collector of books. At one time, he had the largest collection in all of Caledon. He died in a fire. It was deduced that he had fallen asleep in his study while smoking a cigar. Something had caught fire, and he was killed in a blaze. Most of his collections was lost in the fire, but not horror among the Dark Elves. No, but Victor didn't find it for many years. It had been hidden in an old chest in the attic of our summer home. It seems Victor's paranoia may have been an inherited trait. Doesn't it seem strange that they both died somewhat mysteriously? I don't share that view, madam. I'm not a superstitious woman. I miss my victim more than anything, but I put no stock in such strife. Both Victor and his father were victims of circumstance. I'll hear no more talk of it. Let's see. That's really all we could ask. So let's ask the servants about the book. Wesley. Actually, I was talking to that guy first. Let me talk to this lady first. Hello, madam. Might I help you? Yes. Might I ask who you are? Yes. Yes. I am Brenda, the maid. She's in a struggle for words. She has a thick orcish accent. I see. Might I ask you a few questions, Brenda? Certainly, madam. I have some questions about the curse of Tsenang. She looks very nervous. Why are you asking about that bad book? That book drive Mr. Misk's death. I don't want to talk about it. I'm investigating the matter for Miss Misk. What do you want to know, madam? Do you know how Mr. Wales found out Mr. Misk had the book? No, she looks sort of frightened. I know nothing about that. I love Mr. and Miss Misk. I never do anything to hurt them. Seems flustered. I'm not accusing you. Do you have any information that might help me? She seems to calm down slightly. I know nothing. I just do my job. Trying to make money for my family. Face to its rest, she's obviously agitated by my question. I know nothing, madam. I just wish that Mr. Misk would come back. See, thanks for your help. I don't want to talk, madam. Very suspicious. Please, madam, might be of service? Hello, Leslie, have you a moment? Of course, madam. I have some questions about the book of Mr. Wales. His eyes widened slightly. You mean the curse of Tsenang? That rubbish? I'm surprised you'd have the audacity to mention the name of it in this house, madam. Especially knowing what he did to Mr. Misk. Forgive me, but I'm looking into the matter for Miss Misk. His eyes are narrowed at you. Are you insinuating that I had something to do with the matter? You seem awfully nervous about the situation, Wesley. How dare you, madam? I've been a loyal servant to Miss Misk for many years. I'll never betray them, not ever. Money can help a man forget many things, Wesley. You see, hatred does. Madam, I recommend you leave here right now. Otherwise, I'll be held responsible for what I might do. I'll not tolerate such special words from anyone. I am, and I've always been, loyal to the Miss. Now please leave. I'm gonna agitate this guy. What? Oh shit. It looks like I made the wrong choice, because the guards are after us. Damn it. I just want to, boil him for a bit. Now I gotta do all that talking again. Damn it. Alright, I'll be back. Oh, shit. Oh, no. Did I at least quick save after talking to the guards? If I have the magic beans. Alright. Alright, that's fine. Alright, I'll be back. Alright, let me try that again. Let me just skip all this dialogue. Yada, delusions, yada yada. Book, yada yada, book, you got a copy, you have a copy. Father, what's he having? Where's Victor buried? Strange funeral. That's the part. Alright, I'm gonna try to boil this lady now. And I'll just reload. Okay, so it does literally nothing one way or the other. Damn it. Yes, yada yada. Yeah, thanks for your help, Brenda. Questions about the book? Perhaps you might be able to help me. Good, good. I've been a loyal servant. I hate to think that Miss doesn't trust me any longer. Is there anything you know that might help me? So, I don't want to talk bad about people, but if you're looking for a place to begin your search, I'd go no further than Brenda and me. She may not look it, but she's almost whispering, a half orc. You just never know. Interesting theory. Is there anything else you can tell me? No, it's just a fear makes me that someone will betray Mr. Misk. I'll be fine with the responsible party. There's gotta be some way to, like, see, like, what they may or may not know. Let's see. Does she have anything on her that might be incriminating? Nope. Just shoes. Book stand, night door. Yeah, and they're both just not saying anything useful. What we're supposed to do is stained glass. Excuse me, Virgil. Books, Durance Truth. Warning, tamper display may prove fatal. Interesting. And there's a book stand here, electrical light. There's a wooden chest here. It's locked. Well, we can't just take this stuff. Well, our best bet is to look at the cemetery.
Excuse me. I'll just be a moment.
Greetings, dwarf. Also, Virgil's running off somewhere. I'm Brigham Shoalfest, gravekeeper for the cemetery. How can I help you? Brigham Skullfist? That doesn't sound like a dwarven name. It's not. You see, I grew up in Caledon, and I don't have a true dwarven name. My family doesn't care at all for ancient dwarven history. We're city dwarves and proud of it. It's a new world, and most dwarves around here like it that way. Of course, there's my neighbor's boy. Oh, what's his name? Malcolm Shoalfist. I think it was... Oh, it sounds like Magnus. Always making up things about his ancient clan and whatnot. Hey, hold on a minute. There he is. What is it, Bingham? There he is, Malcolm. He points at Magnus. We haven't seen you for 50 years. Where you been off to? Your father's getting worried. You're only 150 years old, you know. You talking about him? He pointed at Magnus. Yes, that's right. So good to see you, Malcolm. Where were you off? On another quest to find your lost clan? Bingham looks at you. Little Malcolm. What imagination. Could you wait a moment, Bingham? Magnus?
Let's humor this old fool for a
We know he's from Caledon.
be able to help us. And if playing along with his delusions helps our cause, I'm willing to do so.
Of course, but you don't know this dwarf?
This city dwarf? Of course not. I am a dwarf of the old tradition. I care little for these dwarves who forget their history and their heritage.
Right, but he does seem to know who you are.
What? You must be joking. Look at him. He's grown soft. And his beard. I'd go so far as to say he probably trims it.
You're right, Malcolm.
Don't take that far too far.
Just staying in character, Bingham. Might I ask you a few questions? What can you tell me of this graveyard? Not much to tell, friend. Just a place where Caledon brings her dead. Been working here for 80 years, and I've seen a lot of bodies come and go. Stories you can tell. I'm sure. Can I ask you a few questions? I've spoken with the wife of Victor Misk. Yeah, it's such a sad story. We buried him not 4 days ago. Can you show me where he's buried? Surely. It's the last grave on the third row up from here. Third row up from here. This one. I'll take a look. Thanks, Bingham. See, this one's fresh. But let's talk to Virgil first.
Oh, I'm sorry. I had something to do here. I'm ready to go when you are.
Virgil? What are you doing here? Whose grave is this?
Nothing. This is someone I used to know. Many years ago. I just thought I should stop by and pay my respects.
Lawrence Brumond? Was he a friend of yours?
Lawrence was my friend. We grew up together. In Tsenang, actually. Our families moved to Caledon when we were older. He died in an accident. Terrible accident.
What happened?
I don't want to talk about it. Please, let's just be on our way.
Fine, let's go.
I I'm sorry, well, forget it.
Why don't you just tell me, Virgil?
Perhaps another time.
Lawrence Beaumont, 1860 to 1884. Rest in peace. Wait a second. Isn't the current year like 87? Yeah, it's like 88 now. Well, granted, we've been, quote unquote. That's interesting. So for 3 years now, we've been doing the main story. Haha. Graveyard. Lawrence. Rest in peace. Lord of the living for the dead. How easy life's tender thread. Beloved mother. Earthless casket keys, some things no longer, or seen to baby sleeps. Here lies an atheist, all dressed up and no place to go. This spot is the sweetest I've come in my life, for it raises my flowers and covers my wife. Eat, drink, and be merry, for tomorrow you may die. Grim death took him without warning, well the night, dead in the morning. Here lies a man who died. Nobody mourned, nobody cried. How he lived, how he fared, nobody knows, nobody cared. That one's me. I told you I was sick. Hello, Father. Hey, who brought the candle? Hello, is anyone there? Sleep with angels evermore. Precious love, precious one, we'll meet again to be as one. Weep not, Father, mother, for me, I am waiting for glory for thee. I came here to die, not to make a speech. Precious one for me is gone, I am left alone to carry on. We all must die, there's no doubt. Your glass is running, mine is out. Let's see. I only just wanted to read the Oingo Boingo one. Holes and potets are about stuff. Here lies the black word. That's enough. Life is just yada yada. I'm only gonna read the interesting ones. Dead anyway because of a gun. Sometimes there's no poison like love. Miles. This tombstone is a milestone. Ha, how so? Because here lies Miles, who's miles below. Love is your spirit in the sun, strength is your legacy you left, life is your essence, never gone. The whole world is made brighter by the lives of folks like you. Step softly, a dream lives here. That one's a little sad. So much to do, so little done. Yeah, that one's really, really sad. But anyway. I need help digging up old Victor Misk. Dig up his grave, whatever for. What will it cost to make you less inquisitive? Sounds like a fair price. Here it is. Okay. Now, Victor's grave. As you see, it is still fresh. You should have no trouble digging it up, but you must wait until nightfall. There are guards at the gate, but they fall asleep when the sun goes down. As long as you're quiet, you should be able to dig up Victor with full power. Look at that. Thank you for your help, Big. Feel free. I'll be here if you have any questions. Yeah, so we can't do it now because there's guards. But anyway, seems pretty immoral to dig up a grave, but you gotta do what you gotta do sometimes. We off then. What's a shovel? Because I sure shit don't have it. I'll be leaving it.
What is it that you want?
Dang. I keep snoring Rose. My bad, guys. Ugh. I'm just gonna reload. Yeah, I'm just gonna reload and then, like, sort my inventory because it seems to have disappeared too. Sorry for all the reloading right now, guys. Alright, it's nighttime. See how big the shovel is? I gotta wait for the right moment. There's like 8 people digging one grave. Alright, here we go. Up! Okay, let's try that again. Damn it. Ah, damn it. Ah, come on, alright. Yada yada, Tsenang, yada yada. Not accusing you, thank you for your help. Man. Yada yada, I didn't say that for a moment. Oh, well, thanks for the useless advice.
Excuse me.
Yep, crazier than chicken. Yep, right here. Victor Misk. Yada yada, Virgil's depressed, yada yada, Virgil's backstory.
Perhaps another time.
Okay. And now I need to give these guys stuff so I can actually, like, have the shovel and it doesn't just disappear from the universe when I ask for it. Oh my god. He'll actually equip the ring if you give it to him. This AI is so stupid. I swear, sometimes the AI is just like having to keep a little kid from hurting himself. Yana. Sounds like a fair price. Thank you. Feel free to ask any other questions. So basically, we need to like dig the grave without the guards finding us. We're here all day and all night, but like, I just want to like just dig up this grave with no problem. Man, if only we could bribe the guards. Are they all gone? Because last time someone was here. Looks like they're all gone now. Alright, quick saving. Yeah, you have no karma drop per penalty. You have to dig up the grave. You'll find a fake book and the skull of Victor Misk. I'm gonna take it for whatever reason. Thank you, pick him. Honestly, I should probably put the skull back because that's pretty grisly to bury up a skull. Freshly filled grave. In the book, how Nazardan defeated the nefarious Aranax and other stories. Gather around, our children. Gather around, dear children, and hear the tale of how Nazardan defeated the nefarious Aranax, child of darkness. Many years ago, before even the oldest of elven folk alive today were born to the world, Nazardan the Good ruled our fair Arcanum with kindness and the firm hand of justice. But Aranax was of darkness and resented the rule of light. Within his black heart, he conspired to wrest control away from his virtuous Nazardan and his holy elven council. Nazardan in his goodness, and not knowing of Aranax's evilness, had bestowed a seat on the elven council to Aranax, and to repay his kindness, Aranax destroyed an entire city. Nazardan's heart was crushed. He condemned Aranax to the void, but Aranax had twisted several of the council into his nefarious ways, and there was a war. There was a bitter war, my children. If not for Nazardan, Aranax would have destroyed us all. But as it always does, goodness won the day. Though a sad day it was, as the great Nazardan lost his own life as he banished Aranax to the dark eternal void. So, without the blessed Nazardan guiding our way, we would all be enslaved by evil. Remember this as you go to sleep. I know that Nazardan watches over all of us, but beware. Aranax may still be lying in the wait for those who do not mind their elders and keep to their studies. So, we got this fake-ass book. I don't know if we should be telling our wife we just dug up his grave, but here we go. What do you know about Roseboro or its gift shops? Roseboro? I've only been there once. Victor and I traveled there once to visit the grave of his father. I've never been there since. Small town, rather boring. Here, I'll show you where it is. Good luck on your travels. And yeah, that's really it. So we have no need for this skull. I'm gonna put it back. You can dig up a grave, but you can put something in a grave, no problem for the guards, apparently. I'm gonna haste myself. Let me buy that healing stuff for Malcolm again. Huh. I didn't even know that Magnus had a fake name. Allegedly. Here you are, buddy. And I think I need the shovel again for the other dude's grave. Philip or whatever. Philip Misk. I was told there's another quest in the outskirts of the town. Yeah, the like farm side of the area. Old King's Way. Yeah, I remember this quest now. May I ask you a question? Any rumors, sir? The werewolf, yeah, countryside. Old King's Way. Yeah, here it is, here it is. I'm talking him through another room. Hello, sir, can I ask your name? Well, I'm David Witt, owner of this here... stop. It's gonna get annoying quick. Owner of this here farm. What do you grow here? Heh, I don't actually do anything. This is a fur farm. I raise rabbits. My fur is considered the softest, finest quality pelt in all the land. You'll find my product in all sorts of finery. In the trim of a lady's ball gown, lying the inside of a gentleman's winter coat, even swaddling the newly born nobility. Fur? Do you get many protesters? I know just how to deal with the damn hoity-toity types. Pat's pistol, hoitered and hip. Oh my. My thoughts exactly. Yeah, my thoughts exactly. Is there anything else? Let's see. Well, what's happening here at this farm? Something very strange has been happening lately. Every night, one of my rabbits is killed and partially devoured. The signs indicate a large beast of some sort, but no one else in the area is being bothered or has seen anything strange. If you're available, I'd really appreciate some help figuring it out. I'll try. How long has this been going on for? The killings have been happening for nearly a full lunar turn. Things keep up at this rate, I'll be ruined within another 2. Rabbits breed quickly, but not that quickly. What about a dog? Do you own a dog? Or perhaps it's a wolf? There aren't any wolves around for miles. I don't own a dog. Tried that before. Too much trouble keeping them from scaring the rabbits. Never had one that ate them, though. Does anyone else live here with you? My daughter lives with me. You can talk to her if you'd like. She's been missing a lot of nights. Suspect she's been sneaking out to see her betrothed. Winks. To me again. Let me talk to her. I'll see if I can find anything else out. And his daughter? Ma'am? Hello, may I ask your name? My name is Cynthia. May I play something? I'd like to see your apprentice training. Never mind. Anyway, I'd like to talk to you about the rabbit's legs. Oh, it is awful. The poor things devoured at night by some horrible beast. How do you know it's a horrible beast? Well, I don't know for certain. It's just that I have these nightmares about it every night. I dream some horrific beast attacks and devours one of my rabbits. Every morning, I wake up to find it is true. Oh, please help us find what is doing this. Have you seen anything? Perhaps as you return from your tryst? Blushing becomingly. Oh no, is that what Father told you? I've seen my betrothed for a time, but I've been so exhausted lately. I've not been awake to make our rendezvous. Exhausted? But why? I have been very distressed by what I am very distressed by what is happening to my rabbits. As soon as the sun sets, I come to my room and fall into such a sound sleep. I do not awaken until the morning. But I awaken from the nightmare. When I check on the rabbits, another has been killed. Very puzzling. No one has seen this beast. I try to stay awake and keep watch, but I've been unable to. I pray you are successful in solving the mystery. I don't want to lose my father to the farm. God, I can't read today. I do not want my father to lose the farm. Lose my father to the farm, as if he's like drinking or something. I'll keep looking for clues. Thank you for your help, Cynthia. So, if we wait for midnight... I said, if we wait for midnight... Yeah, she just kind of... See, the AI in this game is terrible. His daughter just turned into a werewolf, and he's just standing there. And seems to not care. So... Wow. Is she losing the fight? This is a really weird class. Like, it just nonchalantly walks past us. That she's, like, knocked out. We can give her a mana potion, but I'm not gonna waste it. Then we can just talk to her. And then we say, "You are the beast that destroyed the rabbits, Cynthia." Shock me? What are you talking about? I would never harm a rabbits. I'm afraid you transformed a werewolf at night, Cynthia. Horse truck. No, it can't be. Realization striking her. The dreams. That would explain the dreams. Oh no, oh no, oh no. What are we to do? I'm gonna have to kill you. It's the only way. I have no idea. I'm gonna be honest. My father, he would know what to do. Go and speak to him. I will remain here. If it is that I will die, I will be here. I'll speak with him. And then they just go to bed. Yeah, the AI in this game is really, really wacky sometimes. Yeah, I need to talk to her dad. I discovered what's happened to your rabbits. You did? What? What is it? I'm afraid it's your daughter. Incredulous. My daughter? What are you talking about, lady? Sorry to have to tell you this, but she's become a werewolf. A werewolf? Oh no, not my baby. It can't be. What are we to do? We probably have to kill her. No, don't hurt her. She's all I have left in the world. Since her mother's death, please, you're a traveler. Perhaps you've heard of a cure? No, I have not. Please, madam, in your travels, if you happen to find a cure, think of us. I've heard there are astounding cures in the great maid city of Tula. Perhaps if you look there, but don't hurt her. I will make sure she's locked up at night. I swear I will. She won't hurt anyone. I won't hurt her. If I ever find a cure, I will return with it. Oh, thank you, Cypher Bernades. Thank you. I'll take my leave of you now. I must go and speak with Cynthia. It's most distressing for her to hear. Pray you return us shortly. Goodbye. Okay. Cynthia, I'm sorry I have to take such measures. I don't want to see. Actually, I do want to see what he tries to do. Oh, okay, so I actually need to leave. So, let's head on over to Roseboro. Not too far from here. There's still some business we have in Caledon, but I think we gotta take care of some things at Roseboro. Wow, my party's so quick that they can kill before they even reach me. We have a lot of people in our group now. Dang. This is gonna be interesting. Like, we can travel. Like, most common enemies aren't even problems now. They're too weak to actually reach me. Brother. Turn-based combat's on, right? Yeah. They just can't reach me. I literally just have like 4 warriors and then 1 mage. Well, no point in traveling in the morning. So, yeah. Yeah, during the day. A lot of people came out of this house. Who are you? I Captain Roseboro. What can I help you with? Nothing at the moment. Interesting looking town. Oh, this is a huge building. There's one just like this in Caledon too. This plaque reads, "This stone was found in the middle of the Ring of Brogdar. The meaning of the markings on its face are unknown. It has been moved here to protect it from the ravages of tourism." These are directions. Huh. Southwest 30, northwest 30. I'm not going to write these down. I'm just going to look at the video again and screen cap it. But, yeah. Then there's this building here. Oh, yeah, Rose World, the matchbook. I don't know who has it on them, but, during the... I think one of them has it on them. Looks like, not like it, I guess. I don't know. But basically... The dwarf from the beginning of the game had a matchbook from this hotel, Roseboro. You know? No, I didn't know. Wait, yes, there's one person who could have been. Who? Well, it's a strange hit, really. Late one night, I noticed all made of strange light and sound emanating from the ring. Not long after the ruckus had ceased, a haggard, disheveled man arrived here, inquiring about a room for the night. Poor fellow looked quite afraid. Really, what was so strange about him? He had quite an odd look about him. Gaunt, clean, shaven, both the features and clothing were dwarf. Yet he could not have possibly been a dwarf. No dwarf I've ever heard of would sacrifice his beard to the knife. Even today I cannot say I truly know his race. Very odd. He had no coin about him. I was about to turn away when he offered me an exceptionally fine dwarven blade as compensation. A beautiful piece it was, inscribed with the initials BMC, Black Mountain Clown. Black Mountain Clade, yeah. It fetched quite a price when I sold it. He must have been a dwarf. Was there anything more? The other he made was the quickest route to Toronto. I told him that was normally a lengthy journey, but he was in luck. The maiden voyage of the IFS Cypher would be leaving for Caledon shortly. It would surely be the quickest way to Toronto. It's not luck that brought people yet, or the quickest way to die. Yes, his life was such an incredible tragedy. Oh yes, I don't know that he'd be proper identity born. He looked the type to be lacking such, so I referred him to my man I had heard and called on Mr. Rosia. Rather shitty character, but helpful when it comes to passports. So he left for the Ziffer. You sure of this? He thanked me and went to his room. When I woke the next morning, he was gone. Did not say where, just left. Ouch. Well, I told you he was a strange one. Anyway, he's the only person I know that could have been on that cursed ride. Thank you. So, we gotta talk to Mr. Rosia guy in Caledon. Yeah, I'm feeling super under the weather. I kind of just wanted to really record today. It kind of relaxes me for some reason. But I need to find the grave of Philip. I think. Let's see, a ring there. Yeah, that's the ring of Brockfire that they were talking about. That one was like moved or something. Yeah, I need to find where the grave is. Cemetery. I'll just inquire about it in the villages. Huh, man, I feel so weird today. It's very strange. Huh. Statue. That's some questions. Extra trade for Dodge. You might try looking at Blackbird guitar. That's where I heard they were last. Thank you. Roseboro. Gift shop. Yeah, this place. So what's this place all about? Ring of Brothgar? Surely you must have heard of the bands for the evil Arax. More reading. Long ago, in the age of legend, an evil wizard came to power. His name was Arax. In his twisted reasoning, he believed that elves were of a higher race than all the other races, and he sought to make them his slaves. Arax accumulated many of followers and appeared as if he would succeed in ruining the races, till the great mage Nazarene appeared. Nazarene became the savior of the lesser races, opposing the Arax and his evil tyranny. Great mages of old chose sides, and they and their armies fought an epic battle right where we are standing now. Many died that day. As the battle neared its end, powerful Nazarene called upon all the powers within him and opened a huge rift into which evil Arax was cast, banishing forever from our land. So powerful was the magic that Nazarene cast today that it took the remaining great mages to seal the Great Rift. The Ring of Brothgar is what they created that great day long ago. The rift was sealed, and the land was free from Arax and evil minions. It's quite a tale. Does he have anything? That's a good question. Heard of Victor Misk? His power manipulate. An object of value? Well, they were useless, even though this is where the book is found. So now I need to find the cemetery. Yeah, because this is where his dad was buried, I believe. Blacksmith. Could be worth talking, bartering with him. Yeah. Useful. Lightly encumbered? That's interesting. I have, like, no stuff. Damn. Where's that cemetery again? Should at least haste myself to move things faster. Anything around here? There's a path here, so there's gotta be something. Damn it. This game's so strict with its map. Okay, this is the unknowns. Anything. There they are. Alright, for every grave we dig up wrong, we lose karma. There's no guards here. He realized old Jack was angry like a devil from sea, but not meaner than what killed him. Heroic he was, such was his essence, but death he could not cheat no matter how he tried. Be merciful for him, let him fly. Do not greet the death, do not get up from the grave. Owing more. Gone away, owing more than he could pay. Yeah, Philip Misk. Take it up. Yeah, well, I actually find it. Tsenang, Horror Among the Dark Elves. I'm gonna read this, and then I'll probably stop the recording, because I really just feel so out of it. Yeah, Tsenang. Never mind. I'm intrigued in playing again. I actually forgot that we would find Tsenang after this. I dedicate this to my dearest Raven. I gladly face again these horrors, and 1,000 others for only a moment with you. Dearest reader, it is only with the greatest fear and trepidation that I share this horrifying tale with you today. Even here, safe within the confines of my own home, I am still overcome with dread at the thought of what I am about to tell you, and what it might mean for me or those close to me. And yet, I feel compelled to do so. The great muse guides my pen from this paper, and the words flow forth from the darkest regions of my heart and mind, where they stayed well hidden until this very evening. I beg of you, give ear to my confession, and if it please you, take this tale from me, turn only your belief and trust that what you are about to hear is only and nothing but the truth. My name is Rutford A. Twilliger, born on the outlying regions of Ashbury, not far from the lair of the Belgrim, which we explored, where they found the bones of the great dragon. My childhood was a bright one, full of happiness and light, and my parents gave to me all that a child might need. I schooled both practically and excellently, and when my 18th year came around, I was accepted to Toronto University. I eventually found my way to the Toronto Zoological Society. Archaeology was my first love, and my first assignment with the society was a cultural anthropology department. It was somewhat of a farce, actually. The society had given an enormous grant by one of Toronto's leading philanthropists for a very specific purpose. The purpose to confirm the existence of the Dark Elves. Every man, woman, and child in Arcanum had been raised on ghost stories and bedtime tales of those strange people known only as the Dark Elves. To the anthropologist, they are the proverbial oasis in the desert. Proof of their existence has always literally disappeared in the air. No man had ever set eyes upon them, and not one shred of physical evidence had ever been found to establish that they were real. Myths and legends were plentiful, but it was interned science. These mean nothing. What was needed was undeniable evidence. I set out on this adventure with determination and confidence in my ability to bring forth just that. Had I known what lay ahead, I would have forsworn both anthropology and philanthropy. I returned to work as a day laborer in Ashbury shipyards. Better to be back breaking work than nightmares I face every day. Before leaving Toronto, I employed the services of certain Durin Banal. Yeah, who bit the dust? He didn't come back. An elven tracker who was recommended to me by the noble Mr. Quentin Payne, a famed explorer and gentleman in every sense of the word. Durin Banal had been born in the Glimmering Forest, and it was said there wasn't a more knowledgeable man about the deep elven groves this side of the Stonewall Mountains. His fees were a little less than reasonable, but I had been given enormous liberty in spending the allotted funds, and it was my honest opinion that Mr. Banal was crucial to the success of the mission. I couldn't have been more correct. In weeks, we were all well within the deepest yet uncharted regions of the western Glimmering, and never once did the unflappable Mr. Banal lift his compass or consult a map. Occasionally we stared for a moment within a clearing or beneath a great trail, head cocked, eyes closed, but aside from the infrequent moments of meditation, it was all we could do to keep up with him. It was all we could do, yeah. Upon the 42nd day of our journey, we came to a great meadow, seemingly alive with a multitude of birds and butterflies that flew above it. Crossing this fragrant and lively field was one of the most vivid moments I had ever experienced on the journey. I was so enthralled by the scene around me, I almost missed the spectacular vision given to the eyes of the mortal man. Kintara, the great elven tree city, lay within the towering trees, the end of the clearing, hanging like a cut jewel in the crown of a king. The mother tree was 400 feet tall, housing intricately carved tall truth, which shone white and smooth in the noonday sun. Impossibly thin walkways wove in and out of the bowels of the great tree, I haven't read some of these words, boughs, not taking away from its healthy beauty, but adding to it, as if the city were merely a convenient and beautiful tangle of leaves and branches, tattooed with the flowing runes and symbols of the ancient elven tongue. Among these, the graceful and lithe forms of the elves, singing their beautiful songs, looking down upon the ragtag group of men with curiosity and amusement. Of Kantara, I can only say this: the month I spent there was the best of my entire life. I learned much less about the Dark Elves than I would have liked, almost nothing at all, really. But the moments I spent there were strange and wonderful and breathtaking, and I would not do them disservice by attempting to put them into words. Suffice it to say that I learned there was a young man. He literally spent like a page and a half putting them into words. Suffice it to say, I learned there was a young man what often takes others a lifetime. And to my teacher, I gave heartfelt thanks and the warmest greetings. There's not a day that goes by I don't think of you. I think he's talking about Raven. We left the trees of Gintaro with little more than faint whispers about the Dark Elves and where they are to be found. The elves of Gintaro were very reluctant to speak of them, and begged us to forget such foolishness and to go home to Tehran. I, of course, would hear no talks. I would hear no such talk, and we traveled on north this time, as Mr. Banal believed he had discovered a clue to their whereabouts during his investigations on Gintaro. He had discovered a name, Tsenang, the home of the Dark Elves. We traveled for 17 more days, exhausting our supplies and sending most of the party back to Tehran. The forest had become thicker and thicker, more brambly, and I see that many of the trees were adorned with thorns, some more than a foot long. Another week, it was only Mr. Banal and myself. We had agreed to return before the first of the month. If we failed to find any other evidence of the Dark Elves' existence, they gave us 6 days to find Tsenang. We pressed it on despite anxiety and fatigue. On the day before we had planned to return, I've been doing so much reading. There's so much! Shit. 4 more pages, you guys. Yeah. Man. I used to read so much as a kid. Something like this wouldn't bother me, but like, this is what happens to Gen Zers for phones and technology and all this stuff. We've forgotten the ways of the old. Just like the plotline of Arcanum, right? Right? But anyway. Alright. Okay, I'm ready to read this again. Okay, we'll take it from the top. So, yeah. We left the trees of Kintaro with little more than faint whispers. Tsenang. Yeah. We traveled for 17 more days, exhausting our supplies and sending most of the party back to Tehran. The forest had become thicker and more brambly, seeing that many of the trees were adorned with thorns, some more than a foot long. Another week, it was only Mr. Banal and myself. We had agreed to return before the first of the month, if we failed to find any other existence of the Dark Elves. That gave us 6 days to find today, and we pressed on despite anxiety and fatigue. On the day before we had planned to return, the weather took a vicious turn. From out of the north came dark thunderheads, and lightning flew down from the sky like barbed lances of white fire. It began to rain, and we found an uneasy shelter beneath the massive roots of one of the great trees, which seemed poised over us like a giant and grotesquely gnarled hand. I was shivering, and not altogether from the cold and rain. Weird shadows played against the trunks of the trees as the storm strengthened and the lightning became more frequent. Thunder toward the sky above our heads. I looked at Mr. Banal. For the first time since the restaurant, I saw fear reflected in his eyes. I can't say when I first became aware of them. For one moment, while looking through the rain, I began to notice shadows that stayed even after the lightning had subsided. Those shadows became phantoms. The phantoms, something worse. They were stock still, tall and wiry, ghostly faces and the color of ivory, with eyes of the blackest night. Their hair hung in limp strands against their foreheads and cheeks, and they stood unblinking, oblivious to the storm and its ragings. Ronald screamed something to my right, and was pulled bodily from our shelter to the roots above. He screamed once more, and then was silent. I never heard from him, nor saw from him again. I ran headlong past the elves in front of me, swinging blindly to clear a path. I was mad with fear. My feet carried me deep into the forest. I thought I had heard dark and twisted laughter above and behind me, and shadowy figures darted among the trees to my left and right. Thorns tore my arms and legs, and I stumbled among stones and the underbrush, screaming incoherently. More than once, great elven arrows sunk into the trees around me, grazing my skin as they flew by. They were playing with me, enjoying the hunt, waiting for just the right moment. My head was light from exhaustion and blood loss. I fell to my knees, gasping for air. When I looked up, I saw it. There, in the trees above me, was Tsenang, the home of the Dark Elves. Unlike Kintara, Tsenang was an abomination, slashed in the branches like a great beast waiting for its prey. There were sputtering fires all along its battlements, and great spikes protruding from every surface like dragon spines. I saw robed figures, gaunt and terrible. I longed away its lockways, and looking down upon me, beckoning, it seemed, for me to join them. I screamed again, and the figures seemed to raise their voices in unison, a terrible call without sound or meaning, but I heard them nonetheless. They were cursing me. They were welcoming me. In moments, I was surrounded again by my pursuers. Through the downpour, I saw the unsheathed daggers, their ghostish smiles floating towards me as the thunder roared above. I closed my eyes, praying whatever God would hear me. There was nothing else I could do. And then, from nowhere, arrows were flying behind me and above me. Moments, I was encircled completely within the half-rolled shaft of the thickest hunting arrows. The dark arrows around me whirled to and fro in confusion. One pulled his bow from his back and knocked an arrow in one flowing movement. The bow shot through the heart before he'd raised it past his shoulder. He fell silently, unbelieving. The others looked at me for a moment. The pierced hatred harbored their eyes, and then disappeared in the night, hands conspicuously at their sides. Amazed and spent, I fainted. I smoked some days later. I awoke some days later, many miles from northern reaches of the Glimmering. I was alone, but my wounds had been treated and my supplies had been replenished. I was back in Toronto not 2 weeks later. I never met my rescuers, but I can guess who they were and where they were from. And I think that if they were reading this, without their aid, I surely would have died there in the shadow of Tsenang. And so, dear friend, I again beg of you, believe these words and the man who has told them to you. I do so only to share this burden with others, gain comfort among those of my kind. At the very least, let these words stand as a warning to you. Often evil is a tangible thing, and sometimes it is people and a place. Such are the Dark Hills, and such is the hell that is called a home. I have never returned to the Glimmering Forest, and I pray I never do. Some things are better left alone. And with that, we now have a map to Tsenang, and we can actually travel there to find out what's been going on with the Dark Elves. There's a lot of preparations. No, there's not a lot of preparations that I want to take. I could just head there now. But I'm actually going to take a nap because I'm really tired and a little sick. To be honest, I probably should have recorded this episode. Like, in my current state. Let's see, I want to learn new magic. Honestly, I should keep learning some sort of spells. There's disarm. The issue here is, like, this entire tree is useless until teleportation. Teleportation is, like, the best spell in the game, but that's just to cut, like, travel time. I can just, like, physically cut the footage in order to teleport, wink wink. Honestly, I'm just gonna, like, I'll think about it. I'll save the skill point. But for now, I'm definitely gonna take a nap. I'm gonna, like, prepare, like, recording to be at, like, Tsenang, but I'm just gonna, like, take a nap. So I'll catch you guys later.